I'm making a soup today with Thai basil. Thai basils are a obedient ingredient, and they'll be added on with some crepes and some Thai basil butter and a little bit of toasted baguette. It's a great opportunity to clean out your fridge, so it gives me a lot of room to play with and experiment. And I love to experiment with flavor. So I want to save these shiitake stalks, so I'm going to make a really light, simple chicken broth. And these shiitake stalks, they're a little bit full flavored, but just enough and really light. There's a great debate about making stalks and peeling vegetables. Some chefs will say it's okay, you want that color that'll come from the skin of the onions or the peel of the carrot. Other chefs will say that's absolutely blasphemy. I want to make a really clear broth. I'm just gonna peel my carrots. Just gonna trim this down to simple, manageable pieces. It'll make a nice light broth, and I can pick it out really easily when I'm done with it. I love using lemongrass strictly because I can smash it. And it has a lot of flavor. I want to bruise my lemongrass to make sure that the aroma comes out. I've made a mirepoix. Mirepoix just means a trinity of vegetables. Classically in France, that means celery, onions, and carrots, with a little bit of lemongrass, and our obedient ingredient, Thai basil. I'm gonna save these leaves for later as a garnish in my soup, but right now what I'm looking for are these stalks. These stalks pack a lot of flavor. I just want to lightly bruise them. The smell of the stalk is as vibrant as mint. I'm gonna save these for later. My mushroom stalks go into my pot. I grab one chili. I want a little bit of a bite and a little bit of heat. So I'm gonna keep the seeds in. That'll open up gently and infuse a lot of flavor. Take a nice knob of ginger and just score it. And just gently give it a little pound like that. Not too fussy at all. I just want the peel of one lime and just roughly into the pot. Beautiful. Chicken stock. I need chicken. That is one beautiful chicken. How do I know? The tips are nice and red. That means the blood has been running through it and it's a nice fresh chicken. I want to trim off any excess skin because this will just boil out of my stock as fat. Beautiful. Nice dry chicken, clean on the inside, no slimy kind of feeling, and it has no odor. This is a beautiful chicken. I want to hit my wall of spice. I want a few peppercorns, give it a nice full flavor as well, pack a little bit of a bite, and a couple of bay leaves. I'm using dry bay leaves, but you can use fresh if you can find it. And if you do, you want to add a couple more. And water. No broth without water. I want to use cold water always to start a broth. And I want to make sure I put just enough water to just cover the chicken. I'm going to turn this up because I want to bring it to the boil. And just as it's starting to boil, I'll reduce it to a medium heat and let it simmer very slowly and bubble lightly. I want a really nice, clear broth. This is going to be a great soup either in the winter or the summer. I want to make sure I skim my stock really well. If you stir from the center, everything will go to the sides. Then you can just pick it up. This takes some of the impurities out of the vegetables that will rise to the top and some of the fat that's rendering from the chicken. Now, eggs are really versatile, and I'm going to be making an egg crepe, but I'm going to use it to roll some ingredients. But I have to get the ingredients ready for my filling. I want to bring this to a medium heat, put a little bit of oil to help saute my shiitake mushrooms. I want to cut my mushrooms thin enough so that they'll cook quickly, but thick enough so I get a nice meaty bite. I want to season it with a little bit of salt and pepper to help build layers of flavor. I've already blanched and refreshed some asparagus. All that means is that I've submerged it in rolling, boiling, salted water for flavor, and then I've taken it out and put it into ice water. It gives it maximum color, maximum flavor, and maximum nutrients. So I want to gently toss my shiitake mushrooms so that they start to saute and brown a little bit. Needs a little bit more oil to transfer some of that heat. Let's get my crepes started. We're not making traditional flour crepe batter. This is an egg crepe made entirely of eggs and milk and a couple little flavoring ingredients. So it's like a very thin omelet and a crepe. Check out my shiitakes. Those are done. Lightly browned, they've softened slightly. Just gonna let these cool here to room temperature so that I can work with them. I wanna add a little bit of milk, about 1/3 cup. A little bit of sesame oil to marry some of that nuttiness. And I'm gonna steal a little bit of butter from the butter that I'm melting from my Thai basil butter. A couple tablespoons, that'll make it nice and silky. I just put my hand here so I don't splash on myself. I want a nice, smooth mix. I want to set this to a low, medium heat. I don't want to cook my eggs too fast, because then they'll get a little bit dry. I think this could use a little piece of ginger. That smell. I love ginger. And I do want to cut this very fine because I want it to just melt away into the eggs. Nice. Get a little stack-o-rama. Goes into here. You want to use a ladle. That way you get an equal measure always in the crepe. I want a little bit of oil in my pan. Take a little piece of paper towel, just kind of crumple it up. It'll soak up all that excess oil. And more importantly, next time I go to make the second crepe, I don't have to add more oil. I just give it a little swirl. With the 4-ounce ladle, I want to make a nice thin layer. I want it thin enough so that it's not a lot of egg once I roll everything onto itself. I'm not going to fuss with it, but I do want to make sure I have a nice flat surface. My egg has set. Just want to get one side of it up. That way I can get in there with my spatula. Now this is totally set on both sides. Very gently move that to the side. Just a little bit more oil to refresh it. Beautiful. Gentle little flip, and it cooks really quickly on the second side. Let's put my crepes together.